Crimson Desert. Everything we know so far about the upcoming game. Crimson Desert is slated for late 2025, and by the looks of it, Pearl Abyss has a monster of an action-adventure in store for us. Crammed with hack-and-slash combat, dragon riding, and medieval high fantasy vibes galore, as we step into Monster Slayer Cliff's rugged mountain boots, Crimson Desert is already shaping up to be one of the most exciting new games for 2025. First announced back in 2019, we've since compared the Black Desert prequel to Dragon's Dogma 2 meets The Witcher 3 in terms of gameplay experience. A more recent Crimson Desert hands-on preview zeroes in on the combo-oriented nature of its combat, and after medieval RPG gems like Avowed and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 bowled us over earlier in the year, Crimson Desert looks set to continue the trend when it launches later this year. Currently, the Crimson Desert release window is confirmed to be late 2025. Previously set for Q2 2024, this new time frame was announced during the Game Awards 2024. Crimson Desert will be available to play on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and Series S once it releases in 2025. This is great news since it means that both PC and console players will be covered for the release. We are still awaiting confirmation on whether Crimson Desert will be available on Game Pass. Its predecessor, Black Desert Online, was on Game Pass until August 2023. So there is hope that we'll see the new game on there in the future. Stay tuned for updates. Crimson Desert was originally set to be a prequel to Black Desert Online. However, during its development, Pearl Abyss decided to make the game its own story set in the same universe as Black Desert instead. The upcoming game is set on the continent of Pyrrole, but takes place in the same high fantasy world that Black Desert Online fans are familiar with. According to Pearl Abyss's website, Pyrrole is a vast but divided continent that you'll have to travel as you take on the role of the mercenary Cliff MacDuff. It seems like the main story of the game revolves around various power struggles after the King of Damanus, Unifier of Lands, falls into a coma. With the King's absence, there's a power vacuum that tons of enemies are keen to take advantage of, and are willing to take you down in the process. Our main character, MacDuff, is said to be forced to rise into a leadership role as he forms a group of mercenaries to keep opportunistic villains in check. Along with forming a group of allies, you'll have to fight for survival and face the demons from your past too. Unlike Black Desert Online, an MMORPG, Crimson Desert is a single-player, open-world adventure game. According to Pearl Abyss's website, the new game will also take notes from all the best RPGs that came before it, by letting your choices and actions as a player affect the world around you, and the overall story of Crimson Desert itself. Exciting times. The mercenaries that you may meet on your adventure all have their own unique backstories too, promising tons of stories to enjoy in between various battles with enemies. There also seems to be a heavy emphasis on combat in Crimson Desert, with 3 recently shared gameplay clips from Gamescom 2024 showing intense boss battles similar to the likes of those in Dragon's Dogma 2. And it's also said to include one-on-one duels. Last year's Crimson Desert trailer was released during Gamescom 2023 and gave us plenty of sword-swinging action. In the clip, we see MacDuff duck, dodge, and draw his sword against several enemies as he travels through Pyrrole. While the teaser gives us a look at the combat in the upcoming game, it also shows us stunning environments. Honestly, we are just as excited about riding around and exploring the vast landscapes with our horses as we are about all the medieval combat action heading our way. Currently, you can't pre-order Crimson Desert on any platform, but wishlists are now live across PC and consoles. We'll keep a close eye out for all the latest news to ensure you can see all the options and the best deals once they come through.